Hello everyone, welcome to the session 12 of SQL. From today, we will start with advanced SQL. The topics which we are going to cover today are clauses in SQL, where clause, group by clause, having clause, and order by clause, and count function and distinct functions. Okay, so let's start with the clauses in SQL first. So why I have written this in this order is because we have to use them in this order only, clauses in SQL. We have to use where clause, group by clause, having clause, and order by clause in this order only. Whenever you are using them in one query all at once, or you are using two at one time, or you are using three at one time. If you are using where by clause and group where clause and group by clause, then you have to write where clause before group by only. Okay, and if you are using these three in one query, your order should be this only. You should use having after group by. Okay, and order by clause in the end if you are using all these four in one query. However, you can use them individually also in queries except having clause. Having clause you cannot use individually. Having clause you have to use only with group by function. Okay, so let's start. I will start with employees table here. One moment. I will start with employees table. Okay, so select star from employees. Okay, so let's see the records. You can see all the records here, correct? Now what I will do, select star from employees where job ID, where job ID in where job ID in IT PROG, comma, ADVP, AD underscore VP. Okay, let's run this query. Okay, invalid identifier because we didn't use single inverted commas over here. Okay, see, you found this many records, but this is something that we already know. We can use where clause over here. I was just trying to show you that you can use this individually also. Now let's go select star from employees. Okay, what I will do is I will run this query, only select star from employees here, and I want to see the records. Now I will show you how you can use group by function individually. Now see, group by means you want to group something which are repeated, right? So applying the group by function to employee ID makes no sense, correct? So see, if I use select star from here and group by employee ID, semicolon, see, it will throw error. Not a group by function. Select star means all the columns, and we are using only one column in the group by function. So what group by function says is whatever column you mentioned here, all the columns should be mentioned after the group by functions. Now what I will do, I will remove star and I will mention here group by employee ID. See, but these columns are unique. You will see 107 records only here. So what is the point of using group by function? You have to use group by function only on the columns which you need to group, right? Example like group by job ID. So if you use here job ID and here group by job ID, job underscore ID, then you can see it, right? See, AC account, AC manager, ADSS, you have grouped it. And you can see only 19 job IDs are there. Our records are 107, but here you after grouping, you can see that there are only 19 job IDs. Correct? But if you use here manager ID, manager underscore ID, you can see it will again throw error because it will say not a group by function, not a group by expression. Because whatever columns you will mention here, all the columns should be mentioned after group by function also. Manager ID. So what it will do, it will first group by job ID and then it will group by manager ID. Okay. See what will happen. See, ST clerk 124, SA man 100, AC manager 101, right? So you can see 101 here again, because what happens is for 101, you have like two job IDs, PR rep and AC manager. That's why it is split. There are more IDs. That's why it is split into more number of IDs. Like same IDs are showing here even after grouping. Okay. Now, this is how you can use group by function. Okay. Now let me show you for more clarity. Let me show you one more thing. Now let's remove this and I will use department ID over here. See, last column is department ID. Okay. I will use department ID. Now you can see here how many times 9s are recorded, right? 90, this, and I will remove this also, and I will write here department ID. See, but currently you can see these IDs individually, right? You can see these IDs individually, but you cannot see the count of it. Like here you can see, right? When you select star from employees, you can see there are like 390s, 460s. So how you can see this? You can write here comma and you can write here count star. So what will happen? Count star function will give you the count of this department ID. But count star function, it is necessary for you to use group by. For count star function, it is necessary to use group by. If you do not use group by, see, I will remove this. I just want department ID and its count. What is the count of each department? See what it will say, not a single group function. So group by is necessary after you use count function. Group by department underscore ID. See, you can see that department IDs are count is 45. 40 we have only one department. For null we have only one department. 30 we have 6 departments. For 30 departments are 6. Count is 6. Understood? So this is how group function is important, and you can use count function with group function. Okay, this is how you can use it here. So you will know, instead of scanning this table, entire table, okay, how many 90 department IDs are 3, how many 60 are there? 5. Instead of that, just use department ID comma count star and you will get the result over here. 50, 45. Are you going to count this 45 times 50? No, right? You need something that that will give you the count. See, 80, we have 34 count. Here, I'll show you one moment here. 80, there are a lot of 80s here. See, so many 80s here. See, so many 50s and 80s. Correct? You cannot scan this again and again. So in order to, if someone asks you the count of this, you can do this. Okay. So next is like having clause, but having clause can be used only with group by function only. You cannot use it alone. See, select star from employees having one moment. Let me see. Having salary. Okay. Let's mention salary. Having salary greater than 9,000. See, it will throw error only. See, not a group by function. So having clause you can use only with group by function. Understood? Okay. So now select department ID comma count star. You have ran this, right? Now what it does is, having clause, what it does more filtering of the data. Here you have filtered the data. You have filtered department ID and extracted the count of it. But if you want to filter more, that you are saying having count star, I want count star greater than only 10. See, the column name here came as count star. No, that's why I'm telling that give me the records having count star greater than 10. then it will display only 10. See, only 45 and 30. These are the only departments IDs whose count is greater than 10. If you mention like less than 10, then it will be more. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? 4, 6, less than 10. See, and if you mention equal to 10, see what it will do. None, there is no one equal to 10. But if you mention equal to 1, there will be, see, 3 records, 3 department IDs. So this is how it is used. Group by function has to be used only after, having clause has to be used only after group by function, group by clause. So where clause, then group by clause, then having, and then only order by. I will show you how order by function is important. Now we ran this, right? I will run a separate query. So let's start from, I will select only department ID, comma, job ID. Okay, from employees. Okay, now see what happens. Now you can see that 90, 60, 100. This is okay, this is fine, this is not a problem. But this is like random, right? What if you want it in order? So you can use order by clause. Order by department ID. Department ID. So it will, so by default, it will order in ascending order. See, first 10, then 20. This looks good, right? This looks better. 10, 20, 30. It is easy to read also. And you can see these are in one go. You can see this partitioned, right? PU clerk, and then HRP, MK man, MK rep. See, this looks so good to read and easy to read. See, 50 there are ST clerk or all ST clerk. And this is in order. In order. In the last, you will see that highest is 110. Null it is showing in the last. And if you want in descending orders, just add order by department ID. Just add DESC. It will show you the department ID in descending order. See, null came first, then highest 110, 190. See, right? Now, now we have seen how we can use this individually. Where clause, group by clause cannot be used. Group by clause can be used separately, but having clause cannot be used separately. So we have seen how can you use group by and having clause here. We can use group by also separately. So if we remove this, and you can use this also here, right? Semicolon and this, right? It will give you count of the department IDs. And you can use, but having clause cannot be used separately. We have to use after group by clause only, right? After group by clause only, I will mention here select, and I will write here having. See, having count star equal to 1. So we have seen how we can use group by and having, but the order should be mentioned that having clause should come after group by only. This is what order you should follow, this order, always. Okay, now I will show you. Now we have seen this. Where, right? This you have seen, correct? This one. Now what I will do, instead of this select star, I will use here department ID, comma, I will use job ID. Job ID. From employees, where job ID? In this, okay, 2 of them. You can see here 90, 90, 60, 65. You can see this correctly, right? In a better way. But what if you want to order them? I want 60 first. I don't want in descending order. So what I can do, order by department ID. See, you can see 60 first here and then 60, because by default it will order in ascending order. If you put it here DSC, it will do 90 first. But let's put it in ascending order. Okay, let's put it in ascending order. I will copy this first, control A copy, and I will mention it here for your notes. Okay, I will put it in the description of the video. This is not required. I will put it in the description of the video. See, this is fine because after where clause we can use order by. See, where clause is first and then we can use order by, that is fine. But order by cannot come before where clause. Now what if you want to use group by also? Now group by you cannot use in the end, right? See, group by department ID, department underscore ID. See, it is showing red line over there because you cannot use before order by, group by. It has to be used before order by. See, order by is in the end, group by is before order by. Now what I will do, I will control X and I will put this here. I will enter here. I will use it this way, okay? To have a good view of this. And then control V. Group by department ID. Okay, and order by, you do not need comma here, okay? It is like this. It is this way. See, it is this way. Where, then group by, and then order by. Okay, I will mention this in separate lines to have a good view. So now you will see this. What it is saying that, see, group by ID, we are using department ID only. But what group by function says that you have to use all the columns which are you are using in the select statement. So I have to use job ID also here, and then it will run. See, 60, then IT programming, 90 is ADVP. We have only 2 department IDs and job IDs are 2 only because we have grouped them and we have ordered them in the ascending order. Okay, now let's have like more number of more number of job IDs. So let's start from employees. Okay, see, job ID, I will take it as FI account also. I will take here FI account. Okay, copy here. Then I will take one more. I will take this PU clerk also. Copy, and then I will write here PU clerk, so that it will be more interesting to group. Okay, I'll copy this. See what I will do. I'll run this now. See, we have 30, 60, 90, 100 in ascending order and we have grouped them. If you do not group them, I am commenting this. If you do not group them, see what happens. You will see lot many, right? See, so many are there. PU clerk, but in ascending order only because we have used order by. Let's see if you do not use order by, we use only whereby clause. This. See, anything 90, 100, 60. Like this is not in order. See, 30, 60, 100. Like this is not in order and doesn't look good. Let's order this first. I will remove this comment and I will select this and I will run this. See, you can see in order. Now let's group this. If you group this, it will show, it will group them together. It will say that for 30, you have PV clerk, for 60 IT, for 90 ADVP, and then respective accounts for respective department IDs. So this is how it is useful. If someone asks you, I don't want all the records, I want only the department ID and that job ID, then are you going to run this query and give them? How are they going to search this? They have to scan the entire records in the table and see that for 50 I have job ID this, for 90 I have job ID this, right? This is not fair, right? So AD press and ADVP, see 90 is interesting. So let's put here AD press also. AD PRES press. See what happens now. See, you will see 92, right? Department ID 90s are 2 because ADVP and AD press are 2 different job IDs. So it cannot group it. It has to be split into 2. See what you have done. First, it will group by department ID and then it will group by job ID. But job IDs are 2. So that's why it has split into 2. But if we didn't use this, it was showing only one because it was having only one job ID for department ID 90. Understood? So this is how you can use where clause, group by, order by. Now having clause is pending. Now having clause can be used after group by and before order by. Okay, so now we will display all these records. We have displayed already these records. Now I want only the department IDs which are greater than 60. So you can use having here. So we have to use after group by and before having department ID greater than 60. So see, it will display only department ID greater than 60. Spelling is incorrect. See, it is displaying department ID greater than 50. So why having clause is used? It is used to filter more. If you want more filtering, then you can use this one, having clause. See, we have used all in one query only, where clause, group by, having, and order by function. So you have to practice this more in order to understand how they can be used and where they can be used. Okay, so it depends on the requirements. It depends on the different kinds of requirements you get. How do you use them? Whether you have to use them together, or you have to use only these two, or these three, or all this you have to use, or you have to use only order by. It depends on the requirements or what kind of task you get. Okay, now I will show you. Now this is what the about the clauses in SQL. You have to practice this. Okay, these clauses are very important. Now let's run this query again. Now you can see that you can see all the records, but in order to see the count of the records, you have to scroll down. There are 107 records. But what if you use count function? Select count star from employees. Okay, count star, you can get it directly using count function. But if you want the count of only one column, example, take commission PCT, commission underscore PCT, comma count. So what count star will do, it will give you only the count of the column before this, and it will throw error now. Because we have seen in this example also, that when you use count star, you have to use group by function. Group by function is necessary. Group by commission underscore PCT. See, now it will give you the count. Now you have null, 72 null in this commission PCT. 0.4, you have 1. 0.3, you have 7. So this is how count function is used. Understood? But with count function, it is necessary for you to use group by function, because we want the count of only those things which are repeated right? There are multiple records with the same value or the same department ID or same salary, right? So if you use salary here, and then you cannot use commission PCT, you have to change it to salary here. And then you will get the count star. So 4200 salary, there are 2. Then 7800 salary, there is 1 only. Then 2600, you have 4 count. There are 4 people who have 2600 salary. Now this doesn't look good, then do order by salary. It will do it in ascending order, right? 2120. So this is how it is used. You will get count also. See, count is different, but if you order by count star, then it will do order by count star. See, all are 1, and after 1 it will show you 2, then 3, then 4. So it depends on the requirements, what you want to see. Okay, so here I have done count order by count star, so it is showing this way. Count star 1 2 3 1 1 1 1, then 2 2 2 2 3 3. But if you order by salary, It will show you the lowest salary first and then the highest salary in the end. It doesn't care about this count. Okay, and whatever if you put after this also, if you put all after this count star, I want order after this, you order by count star. This doesn't make sense because it will first order by this only and then accordingly this has to adjust. Count star has to be adjusted accordingly because priority will be given to salary only here. Understood how count star can be used? Okay, now let's go to distinct. But in employee table, we have all distinct values only. All are distinct values because these employee IDs are not repeated. So we cannot demo it. So I will use different table. I will use student table. Select star from students. What I have done is I have entered duplicate records into this students table. Okay, there are no duplicate records now. Now I will enter duplicate records. See, these IDs are 100. Okay, what I mean by duplicate records is this entire row should be duplicate. But see, 100 SSC, this is unique record. Unique record means row. The entire row should be duplicate or unique. So this entire row is unique. Doesn't mean, this doesn't matter. Entire record should be unique. Okay, so what I will do, insert into students values. What I will do, I will enter the same record, 100, then science, and then 98, and then gender M. I will insert this twice, 1, 2. I have inserted this twice. Now I want to record one more duplicate. Now you can see this is duplicate. These three are duplicates, right? What I will do is I will do order by. We know now order by, right? Order by subject. I will do order by subject. Or order by ID. Let's do order by ID. Okay, see now you can see all 100. If you order by ID, see this still doesn't look good, right? So let's do order by subject only. Order by subject. See now you can see there are these records duplicate. This. I will remove this record. This record is disturbing. Okay, delete from students where ID equal to 200 and subject equal to science. I will delete this because this is disturbing. I won't be able to demo it in a better way. Okay, so you know how to delete this, okay, with the where condition. We have seen this in SQL commands session. Okay, I have deleted this record where ID was 200 and subject was science. Now you can see it correctly here. Okay, now see science is duplicate, correct? Now what happens is when you select star, it will show you all the records including duplicates also. So you can see here duplicates also. What if you don't want to see duplicates? So what you can use, distinct is also a function. Distinct means unique records. Distinct means unique. Okay, so it will show you only the unique records. Select distinct star from students. Now you will see what is the difference between this and what is the difference between this. Okay, I will remove order by if you want. See, here you can see 7 records. I am using select star. Okay, select star, she is showing 7 records for you. 7 records. But here you can see this science 98M and this is duplicates. There are 3 duplicates in the table, 2 duplicates. These 2 are duplicate records, right? But if you use select distinct star from students, it will show you only the unique records, entire records, unique records. See. Understood? See, you can see only 5 records and you cannot see any duplicates. Science is only 1. So this is how this is useful, distinct. You can display the unique records in the table. But this is displaying all the records because you are using star. If you use, I want only the ID, distinct ID. I want to see how many distinct IDs are there. If the table is having lakhs of records, I want to see how many distinct IDs are there. Then you can say this, that distinct IDs are 2 only. If you want to say distinct subject, then you can see how many distinct subjects are there. Unique subject it will show. SSC, Maths, Science. But this it will not show. This will show you only the, see, even if you display one column here, subject, it will show you this, all the subjects. See, this is the difference. If you use distinct here before subject, if you use distinct function, then it will show you distinct records. See, only SSC, Maths, Science. Understood? So this is how distinct function is used. Okay. Now we have seen all these two functions, count function, distinct function, and clauses in SQL. Now I will show you how to use count with distinct also. Now, if you want a count of this, considering that you are having a lot of records, this is also a function, right? So you have to close it. So what you are doing is using count function and trying to display the distinct. I want the count of this. What is the count? 3. Let me show you what we are doing. What I'm doing is I'm displaying the distinct subject. First, we were only displaying subject, right? See, select subject for students. What it was showing? So many subjects, even the duplicates also. But if you use distinct here, distinct function, and put subject inside it, inside the function, it is showing you this. But I want to see if there are thousands of records, I want to see the count of this. So let's do comma, and what you can do is count of this distinct. I will close this also. Okay. And what I'm doing is I'm putting this inside this count function. See what will happen. Okay, so count function is saying that you have to use group by. Now, if you use comma, if you use this separately and this separately, it will ask you to use group by function. But I don't want to use. I will show you this only. I don't want to, for this, I will show you this first. Now I want the count of distinct subject. See, it is giving you the count 3. We saw, right? It was showing you 3 only. Select distinct subject, see, from students, correct? Now what it is showing, see, 1 2 3. Now I just wrap it with count function. I want the count of this. So if you use count single, like separately, you do not have to use group by function. But if you are displaying your subject also, comma subject, then it will ask you to display the use the group by function, because with group by function, count function, we have to use group by whatever column you are using. We are using here this now. So what it will do, it will give you the count of this subjects, distinct subject. Okay, see, one, use this. See, SSC 1, Maths 1. Why? Because you have used distinct over here. But if you remove this distinct, let me copy this here and enter here. What I will do, I will remove this distinct, and I have to remove one bracket also here because it is extra. So I'm using only count. Now see what it will show. See, SSC 2 count, Maths 2 count, because we are not displaying distinct value. We are displaying all the values in the table. And you can see that there are Science 1, 2, 3, SSC 1, 2, and Maths 2. So this is what we are displaying. Yeah. And we are displaying by grouping and using count function only. Understood? This is how it is useful. See, SSC 2, Maths 2, and Science 2. So this is also how you can use this. Okay, so distinct functions, count functions, this whereby clause are very useful. when you run big queries over there. When you have that particular requirements, these are very useful. All these are used, very widely used. Okay, so practicing this will make you understand that where you can use these clauses and how you can use them, these functions also, and how you can use these functions with these clauses also. Because we have used group by function and we have used count also, we have used distinct also in one query only. See, distinct also, count also, and then because we are displaying subject also, we have to use group by also. So here it is. Now SSC, math, science, and you want in alphabetical order, I want order by subject, do order by subject. So it will do ascending order. So it will display math, science, and this SSC. And then if you don't want this, if you want having, if you use having here, because you have to use between group by and order, na? Having subject equal to this. But this doesn't make sense, okay? This doesn't make sense, like SCINC, just making you understand. See, it is displaying on the sides. But this doesn't make sense here. Where it will make sense is, otherwise you would have used where clause, no? Why to use having clause? Here I will have used this only, where subject equal to, before group by, no? This subject equal to science. And then I would have run this query. See, same thing. So you can use different thing with different methods. You can display same things with different methods, but here it can be used. See, you can see like SSC to now if you tell it like after group by we have to use having, no? So I want having count. So I will give this as alias name as count. Having count greater than 2. So this makes sense. Invalid identifier. See, this is not the table column, no? That's why it is throwing here. So you have to use whatever it is displayed here only. So counts of subject only you have to use. Whatever it is showing here. Let me show. So I will run this much only. It is showing count, having count greater than 2. It will throw error again because this is not the name, no? So let's not use this alias here. I'll use this and use count of subject. Subject. Now see, it will show. So you have to see, it is because it is showing the column name as count of subject. By default, it is giving count of subject. Yeah, that's okay. Mostly we use count star here, count star, and then we use count star here. Count star greater than 2. See, 3. And count star equal to 2, it will show you this 2. Count star is 2, means count is 2. It will show you the subject whose count is equal to 2. Okay, now I want to show you one more thing, the last one. Select star from, let's do select star from students. Now, this table has duplicates right here. This 100 science. I will insert one more duplicate. Insert into students values. I'll insert 200 SSC 200 SSC. Then I will enter 98 and then I will insert F. I will make it as duplicate record over. Okay, inserted. Okay, one row is inserted. I'll close this. Okay, I'll close this also. And then I will remove this. Let me copy this first, control copy, so that I can share it. Sometimes it happens that my system gets hung up and I'm not able to copy this. Okay, now let's run this query, select star from students. Okay, you can see here duplicates, but what if you have lakhs of records? How you can identify the duplicates? You cannot scroll down, right? And see each record and see whether they are duplicates or not. Let me order this first. Order by ID. See, these records 2 are duplicate. This is also duplicate. 100 here I've given maths, that's why it has come. But 200 maths. See, these are duplicate. How you can check whether your table has duplicate or not? Duplicate records or not, right? So in order to find the duplicates, you want to know, you need to have a unique value in one of the column. But in this case, you do not have any unique value. Means primary key I'm talking about. Even unique constraint can have null values. So it will not show you duplicates. Okay. So you have to, what you can do is, I will use different table. Select star from employees. You know that this table doesn't have duplicates, but how you can find that? You cannot scroll it down and see, right? So what I will do select count star. I will use, see, this is a primary key in the table. I have seen it. I'm not going there, but this is a primary key. So yeah, while finding the duplicates, you have to use primary key only. So before this, I will use primary key, employee ID, comma count star. So what it will give? It is saying to you use group by function, group by employee underscore ID. See, it is giving 1111. But are you going to scroll like 1,000 times? No, right? So I want to see the count, like duplicate means you will have two count over here because this is a primary key. And if the primary key is 2 times in the table, means you have duplicate records. Correct? If the primary key is repeating in the table, then you have duplicate records. Then what I will do, I will apply a logic that I want only the IDs who's having count star greater than 2 or greater than 1. Greater than 1 means it will display from 2 onwards. Let's see. No records. Because these tables do not have any duplicates. And employee ID is, you cannot use this, okay, job ID over here. If you use job ID, it will give you wrong information. Okay, you cannot use, okay, I will keep this way only. Employee underscore ID. Let's keep it this way. See, this will show you that there are no duplicates in the table. But if you go into this, select ID, let me see what is select star from students. Select star from students. Okay. So if I use ID here, select ID, comma, not ID. Select ID. Let's use select ID. If you want to see the duplicates from this table also, even if you do not have primary key, you can use all the columns. If all the columns are unique, then you will not get duplicate records. But if each of the column is repeating twice, then it will show you, right? So you can use all the columns. This is called composite. See, comma marks, because these columns do not have any primary key. That's why we are using all the columns over here. Comma marks, comma gender. In case of employee table, we know that employee ID is unique and we can use it. If this is coming, if this employee ID count is greater than 1, then it is having duplicate records. But now we can see that there are no duplicate records. But here, let's use this. Gender, comma, what was the last? Gender. Okay, this was the last. Now let's display all these columns. Okay, now what I will do, comma, count star. What I will do is here, group by this, all this column, because whatever columns you are using, you have to use it here. I believe you cannot display the duplicate records here, but see what it does. It is grouping your this. Okay, having now comma. See, if you use, you cannot display. You cannot display whether this table has duplicates or not, because it is necessary to have primary key into this. Primary key is important in order to identify the duplicate records. But however, you can identify it with one method. You can see what is the total count of this table. Select count star from students. This. What is the total count? 8, right? Total count equal to 8. Okay. Now, if you use select count of select distinct star from, you don't have to use for star here, right? You don't select distinct star from students, then you can see that you can see only 5 records, means 3 are duplicates. But this is not the correct way to find the duplicates. You can find this for small tables because you can see this here. So it is always necessary to have a primary key into the table. See, this is how it is. And you cannot use job ID here, okay, or any other column which is not a primary key. Okay, because it will give you false information. Let me show you how. Select star from employees. Select star from employees. See, we know that even the first name, last name can be same, but primary key cannot repeat. Sometimes email ID has to be unique, but date of birth can be same, hire date can be same, job IDs can be same, salary can be same. So if you use if you say that select salary, comma count star, means it will give you the count of salary, right? And if you are using group by salary, and you say having count star greater than 1, does this mean that you have so many duplicates? No, right? Because salary column is not a unique column or a primary column. So it will show you that yes, there are duplicates. This is wrong. You have to use only the primary key over here, like this employee ID, which is a primary key, means which it cannot repeat. See, this is telling you that you do not have any duplicate records. And this is telling you that you have duplicate records. Means you are doing something wrong, right? This, you cannot use any column to find the duplicates. To find the duplicates, you have to use only primary code. Understood? So this is all about the logic you have to use, and this will come from practice only. And this is very important when you work on issues or when you work on any of the particular tasks. This comes in handy, these functions and this where clause. Okay, so this is all for today. See you in the next session. Thank you.